Hello, my dear viewers and the rest of the listeners. Welcome for this presentation in which I am going to speak on the topic transforming a toxic relationship into a healthy relationship. My name is Mema JM, or you can simply call me Emily Swap. Transformation of toxic relationships. A healthy relationship is a collaborative peer relationship that is mutually beneficial to each individual who feels supported, respected, and trusted, thus being filled with joy, happiness, and love. In fact, it is your God-given right to enjoy your life through a healthy relationship, and thus each person deserves to be in a relationship that makes him or her feel good and appreciated. It is for this reason that you should not settle for anything less. And whenever you sense that something may not be going right in a relationship, take an immediate action of sitting with the other party and working collaboratively on the best way forward. Therefore, in a healthy relationship, the parties view and treat each other as equals. The parties respect each other as unique individuals. The parties feel comfortable in expressing their thoughts, feelings, and ideas in a constructive manner. The partners or the parties trust each other through consistency in words and actions. The parties are responsible and accountable to each other. The parties don't blame each other for one's mistakes. The parties encourage each other to grow as individuals and as a team. These parties are committed in pursuit of individual and team objectives without leaving anyone behind. The parties or the people in a relationship are always honest and sincere to each other. Integrity and trust are embraced as key pillars in their operations. They respect each other's boundaries by maintaining each other's interests and privacy. In addition, the parties are compassionate for each other and they exercise non-threatening behavior amongst themselves and others. In order to learn more about the characteristics of healthy relationships and how to establish them, you can listen to the video by the title, Establishing Healthy Relationships by Emily Swap, that has already been posted in Emily Swap Life Skills YouTube channel. However, a toxic relationship is a relationship in which one's well-being is undermined or threatened by the behavior of the other person, thus leaving him or her feeling ashamed, humiliated, unsupported, and misunderstood. It is characterized by, number one, non-communication or harmful communication. Number two, lack of respect for each other. Number three is lack of trust. Number four is manipulative and controlling behaviors. Number five is dishonesty and fake accusations. Number six is isolation. Number seven is constant fighting. Number eight is abuse and mistreatment. Number nine is jealousy of one's achievements. Number 10 is discouraging independence. Number 11 is consistent negative criticism. Number 12 is betrayal. Number 13 is bullying. Number 14 is fear. Number 15 is guilt. Number 16 is jealousy. Number 17 is negativity. Number 18 is ridicule. Number 19 is stress. Number 20 is harassment. Number 21 is intimidation. Number 22 is hostility. Number 23 is inequality. And number 24 is lack of respect for individual boundaries. In order to learn more about toxic relationships, what makes a healthy relationship to become toxic, and how to identify a toxic relationship so that you can be able to know what you can do in case your relationship or another person's relationship is evolving into a toxic relationship, you can listen to the video by the title Toxic Relationships to Run Away From by Emily Swap that is already posted in Emily Swap Life Skills YouTube channel. It is important to note that whereas you might have been involved in a toxic relationship in the past, that should not mean that all relationships are the same. For that reason, do not take an oath that you will never establish another relationship, and do not run away from relationships. This is because with application of the experience in a toxic relationship, you can be more equipped with knowledge, skills, and experience that you can apply in your current relationship in order to make it healthy. Therefore, because relationships are very important for your survival, don't give up on people or on relationships because you still have a chance to experience a healthy and fulfilling relationship. So, if a relationship may be toxic, the individuals involved in such a relationship can always sit down together, acknowledge the fact that all is not well with the relationship, and then agree on what to do in order to convert the relationship from being toxic to being healthy. This is because even if a relationship is toxic, that does not mean that it should be terminated. What it simply means is that there is an opportunity for the parties involved in the toxic relationship to work together in order to amend the relationship and make it a healthy and mutually beneficial relationship. That is why, if the two parties cannot sit down together and agree, they can engage the services of a professional counselor or a mediator to help them reconcile and rebuild their relationship. In fact, if the parties in a relationship can put their differences aside, humble each other, and make a decision to amend their relationship in order to make it healthy, that would be excellent. This is because even if a relationship has been toxic before, each partner can amend it through voluntary and conscious commitment. Therefore, if your relationship is toxic, you can be able to salvage it into a healthy relationship by taking the following actions. Number one is assessing yourself by reflecting on the status of your relationship and then seeing whether you and your partner have the willingness and the commitment to change and overcome the challenges you are experiencing in the relationship. As you do this, you should remember that you may never be able to change or control your partner, but he or she can change, and the control is our own thoughts and actions. Number two is coming up with a method or a strategy to use in approaching your partner concerning the need to fix issues in the relationship, including having an option on how to end the relationship if your partner is not ready or willing to change. You should also think of whether you would be all right and ready to terminate the relationship. If you find out that you still have fear to leave the relationship, yet you are sure that nothing will be done to rectify the toxic status, it's better that you seek for support from a trauma counselor or a psychotherapist. Number three, once you are ready to engage your partner on the matter, you can proceed and request him or her to have a dialogue with you on how you can both work to improve on your relationship. Talk with each other on the toxic elements in the relationship and agree to work together in order to end that habit. Remember that as you do this, you should make use of conflict resolution or management skills, empathetic and assertive skills for a successful collaborative discussion. To learn more about these skills, you can listen to the videos by the following titles as posted in ML Swap Life Skills YouTube channel. Number 1 is by the title, Manage Your Conflicts for Peaceful Coexistence. The second one is by the title, Empathize with Others Without Conditions. And the third one is by the title, Be Assertive, Calmly Stand Up for Your Rights. Number 4, or the fourth way of changing your toxic relationship to become a healthy relationship is to always feel relaxed and bring up concerns once they arise, instead of fearing to upset your partner, feeling anxious, or being afraid of his or her response when you want to communicate something. So, never sweep anything under the carpet when you are upset, but always make your partner know about it in an amicable way, because your partner might not even be aware about the matter. Let your partner know how his or her behavior is affecting you and making you feel. Then make a proposal on what he or she should do in order to alter the situation. As you do this, remember to engage in effective communication by expressing yourself in a brief, clear, and precise manner so that your partner can gain a clear understanding about what you are passing through, how his or her behavior is affecting you, and what he or she should do to fix the relationship. Number 5 is to always remember to honor and respect yourself in a relationship by not forgetting your own needs at the expense of fulfilling your partner's needs. Always express yourself so as to help your partner recognize how his or her behavior has denied you your space in the relationship. So, if you find out that since you became a partner in a relationship, you have forgotten to take care of yourself, courtesy of not wanting to hurt your partner's feelings, you should rethink and express your likes, dislikes, and feelings to your partner so that he or she can be aware that you also need an opportunity to play your role in the relationship. Number 6, if you realize that your relationship is bringing you down and you have reached at a point where you are in a state of confusion because you don't know what to do, you are not able to take any action, yet you are willing to do so, and you feel that the relationship is no longer making you to be able to be who you should be, it would be good to seek for professional advice and professional counseling from a healthy professional or a psychotherapist. In fact, if both of you recognize that there is a problem in your relationship, but you don't know how to go about it and resolve them, it's good for both of you to seek for counseling so that a therapist can help you navigate your way out of the problem. Number 7, you can also take a positive step to learn new relational tools and acquire some knowledge and skills on what you can do to improve on your relationship. Then you apply or practice the knowledge and the skills gained. As you practice them, you may be surprised to see that your partner and your relationship transit from its current worst state to a healthy state. Always remember that a change in a relationship always begins with you and then spans over to your partner. So, If there is a change you expect from your partner or from another person, make sure that you undergo through a similar transformation first. Otherwise, you cannot expect the other person to change if you yourself is not willing to change. Therefore, acquiring knowledge and skills to apply by reading from books and from other sources such as Emily Swap Life Skills YouTube channel is a great stride towards turning your toxic relationship to a healthy relationship. Number 8 is always keeping an events journal into which you can be recording the triggers to the challenges in your relationship whenever they occur. In other words, be noting down any triggers to your disagreements, quarrels, or fights in a relationship whenever they occur, so that with the time, you can be able to predict what may happen if you or your partner do or say something. This journal can thus help you avoid reacting in a way that you reacted before that caused you trouble. Therefore, if you realize that certain situations are the ones that trigger the problems that you are facing in your relationship, you can strategize on what you can do in case the same situation arises again so that it may no longer cause problems. In this journal, you can also be recording any inconsistencies between what your partner tells you or what you promise to do and what is actually done, so that you can always have a reference point whenever your partner may seem to forget about what he or she was to do and what he or she actually did. Number 9 is to train yourself to always critique your partner constructively in a positive way, so that he or she can be able to rectify his or her approach to issues based on your guidance, instead of always criticizing your partner or another party in a judgmental or condemnatory manner that may not add any value to him or her. For this reason, instead of always pointing out mistakes and making negative comments in whatever the other person does without recognizing his or her efforts, it's better to begin by appreciating one's efforts, regardless of what one has been able to do, and then advise him or her on how to do it better next time. Number 10 is avoid telling your partner what he or she wants to hear, even when you know from deep your heart that you are cheating on him or hiding the truth. Whereas sometimes human beings do, or whereas sometimes human beings do not like being told the truth, especially when it hurts, it is okay to speak the truth and engage in an uncomfortable conversation than to lie so as to make the other person happy. Therefore, whenever you feel like you want to lie, think about the advantages of telling the truth and speak it out. It is better for you to speak the truth about an issue regardless of how the other person will take it, or regardless of how the other person will feel at the moment, than for the other person or a partner to discover later that you cheated on him or her. Number 11, never assume or ignore the existence of a conflict in a relationship. Therefore, whenever you have a contention amongst yourselves, sit down together and come up with a plan on how to deal with the matter in order to end the conflict with each person involved taking some personal responsibility. During this session, each person should speak out his or her heart, with the main aim being to resolve the matter and strengthen the relationship, and not to express superiority and power in the relationship. Always remember that you need each other for success to be realized. And for that reason, in whatever that you do or say, make sure that it adds value to your relationship and it makes each person feel appreciated and acknowledged. For this reason, you should create an atmosphere that allows each person to express his or her feelings, needs, and desires freely. Number 12, have an open and honest conversations whereby you inform each other about how you are feeling and what you feel should be the way forward. This conversation should be held in a place where there are no interruptions and at a time when each person is relaxed. Speaking out effectively is always the best step towards recapturing your relationship and taking it back to the roots for a healthy relationship. Number 13, stop dwelling on the past. And if you have been doing so, promise your partner that you have thrown that habit behind your back and that it will not recur in future. This is because you cannot be able to reverse the past, but you can learn from the past in order to shape the future. For this reason, you need to process the past, avoid dwelling on it, and work together on the way forward for the present or from the present into the future. Number 14, avoid viewing your partner as an angel who is perfect and without any blemish. Always remember that as human beings, we have our weak points, but that weakness or those weaknesses should not hinder us from having a healthy relationship. For that reason, you need to be sensitive and mindful of others and their struggles. Number 15, be taking responsibility for your past by first changing yourself before you expect the other person to change. Be taking responsibility also for your part or from your part by first changing yourself before you expect the other person to change. This is because if you do not commence by changing your habits first, the other person may not see the sense of changing too. For this reason, you need to assess yourself, see how you have been contributing to worsening the relationship, then change your behavior. You need to accept to take responsibility for your actions by admitting where you have been wrong and commence working towards changing that habit. You can even inform your partner about the expected change and seek for his or her support. Number 16, once your partner has taken a personal initiative to change, be patient with this person because some changes may take time, as long as whatever this person is doing is not abusive to you and is not causing any harm to your life. Therefore, work together by providing your partner with the support that he or she requires for the change to occur. As you provide your partner with the support that he or she requires, do not also forget yourself. So, prioritize taking care of yourself too. Number 17, always retreat somewhere to remind yourselves why you established a relationship or why you came together in the first place. Then create some time to evaluate your successes and your failures, see where each of you has been going wrong, and come up with a collaborative strategy to solve your differences and move forward. However, if you find out that you are unable to work out on your relationship, or one party is not ready or willing to work out on strengthening the relationship, regardless of the much effort you have put in place to salvage your relationship, it is better to terminate such a relationship because it will no longer be adding any value to your life, regardless of what you might have invested in it. This is because the longer you stay in a toxic relationship, the harder it might take you to come out of it. For this reason, based on the type of toxicity or toxicity behavior that you experience, the earlier you come out of a toxic relationship, the better for you. So, Never wait for a toxic relationship to become better if none of you is taking any positive steps towards the fruition of such a dream. Always remember that your life is more important than what you might have spent in the relationship, for it's better to lose an investment than to lose your life, because you will still have another chance to seek for more resources and recover your losses. For this reason, if you find out that regardless of the effort you put in place to rectify the situation, the other partner is not ready or willing to change, and you realize that your life is threatened, it may be time to walk away and invest your effort in a healthier and supportive relationship with other people. So, if your partner is not willing or is not interested in changing the situation, just end the relationship and take precautionary measures to protect yourself from harm that may emanate from this person. Some of such precautionary steps may include reporting the threats to the authority, alerting your close friends and family members about it, and avoiding engaging in disputes in relation to the past relationship. Congratulations for listening to this video on transforming a toxic relationship into a healthy relationship. To easily access more life skills, motivational, and inspirational resources from this Emily Swap Life Skills YouTube channel, click on subscribe button below this video if it's not already reading as subscribed. For any further suggestions, corrections, or queries in relation to this video and others posted in this YouTube channel, kindly feel free to write to us through the email emilyswap@gmail.com. Thank you very much for listening to me, and God bless you as you transform your relationship and other people's relationships from being toxic into being healthy for the sake of a healthier and a good life. God bless.